We were really excited when we found out that we were pregnant. We had a long road in order to get pregnant. We had to do IVF. And the first time that we tried it, it didn't work. The second time it did work. And we ended up with the twins. So yeah, we were very excited.
We knew that there was a good chance with twins that they would be early, but we didn't know obviously how early they were going to be. We were overjoyed, but there was a lot of curiosity and nervousness as what was to come.
I had a lot of thoughts going through my mind when I found out that there were complications with my pregnancy. At my 20-week ultrasound, the babies were doing great, but they noted that my cervix was already shortening. So they weren't sure how long I'd be able to keep them in, and the doctor said, let's just get them to 28 weeks.
Leading up to that, it was scary. It was scary because you don't know what's going to happen, and then right up till even in the delivery room, there was some concerns and complications that were concerning as well.
The first time I saw the babies in the NICU, I'd actually just come out of recovery. So it was very scary. It was the middle of the night. They were in the incubators. We couldn't hold them. We couldn't touch them.
When we did get to see them and they were in the incubators, it was, one of those situations where, oh my gosh, those are your children, but you feel helpless. Being early, they were very, fragile, I guess is one word to put it, but they had a lot of wires and tubes and you just start to think, oh my gosh, is everything going to be okay? So very overwhelming.
Our NICU experience was, it was very stressful. The nurses were amazing. The doctors were amazing. We had our one primary nurse, Ashley, who was amazing.
Our NICU experience was good, and I think it was, in the crazy world in which we live in today, it was something to see that there's good people in the world that do a fantastic job, and all the folks at Prentice were amazing with us, with our children. Having them be in the NICU for 3 months, not being able to bring your children home and have them in your own home is a lot to take in.
Natalia came home first by a month. We were very, very nervous because she was still very little. She was only about 5 pounds when we brought her home. We knew it would be kind of difficult to have one there, one here, but we were also really excited that she could finally come home. Once
we had them both together, that was, I think, the big, great moment. Like, this is amazing being a parent. We have 2 healthy babies, thanks to President Prentice and March of Dimes and everybody involved.
We support March of Dimes because they really helped us and our family. I went into preterm labor about a week and a half before I actually had them, and they were able to give me surfactant, which helps their lungs develop. And once they were born, about a week and a half later, they were actually not intubated and were able to breathe without any help at all in about 5 days. They gave us a lot of support while we were in the NICU as well.
We support the March of Dimes because they were such an integral part of the beginning of my children's life, and having Natalia and Christian, get to the point where they are today, 6 years old, healthy, happy, and they were critical in those early phases of helping with the early term pregnancy. It's just a great organization to be a part of, and we always made the commitment after the kids were born that we want to give back. We want to be able to tell the story for those people that hopefully don't have to go through it, but if they do, to know what's available to them.